If you're seeing a Mailchimp Invalid API key error, don't worry. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the fastest way to fix it step by step. This is a common issue, and in most cases, it comes down to one of three things. The key is missing the data center suffix, there's an extra space copied into the field, or the API key itself needs to be regenerated and pasted correctly. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know exactly how to check your Mailchimp setup and get your integration working again. If this video helps, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more quick software fixes and tutorials. Alright, let's jump in. First, let's verify the format of your Mailchimp API key. A standard Mailchimp API key is not just a random string. It should be a 32-character key followed by a hyphen and a data center suffix, such as US21 or US4. That suffix is mandatory because Mailchimp uses it to route your request to the correct region. If the suffix is missing, even if the rest of the key looks right, your plugin or app will usually throw an immediate 401 error. So before you do anything else, look closely at the key you copied and make sure it includes the full ending after the hyphen. Next, make sure there are no hidden spaces. This is one of the most common reasons a key fails. If you copied the key from Mailchimp and pasted it somewhere else, a leading space or trailing space can cause the entire key to be rejected. Even though it looks correct on screen, Mailchimp will still treat it as invalid. The best way to avoid this is to paste the key carefully into a plain text editor first, then copy it again cleanly or manually delete any extra spaces before and after the key in your application. Now let's check your Mailchimp account settings and generate a fresh key if needed. Click your profile icon in the top right corner of the Mailchimp dashboard. From the menu, select Account and Billing. Once you're inside Account and Billing, click the Extras tab. This is where Mailchimp stores additional account tools, including API access. Then select API keys to open the page that lists all of your Mailchimp API keys. On this page, look for the section labeled Your API Keys. If your existing key is missing, expired, or simply not working, click Create a Key. Mailchimp will generate a new API key for you instantly. After the key is created, give it a clear label based on the platform you're connecting it to, like your CRM, website plugin, or automation tool. Naming it properly makes it much easier to manage later, especially if you use multiple integrations. Once the key is ready, copy the freshly generated string exactly as shown and paste it into the app or plugin that's requesting it. Be sure to include the full key, including the data center suffix, and double check that nothing gets cut off during copy and paste. If the app has a dedicated API field, make sure you paste the key there and save your changes before testing the connection again. At this point, the invalid key error should usually disappear if the issue was just a formatting problem or a stale key. But if you're still getting errors, there's one more important thing to check: Mailchimp service status. Go to status.mailchimp.com and see whether there are any active incidents or outages affecting the API. If Mailchimp is experiencing a service issue, your key might be fine, and the problem could be temporary. Checking the status page saves you time because it tells you whether the issue is on your side or on Mailchimp's side. If the status page shows everything is operational, then go back and recheck the key format, the suffix, and the spacing one more time. In many cases, that final cleanup solves the issue completely. So to recap, fix the invalid API key error by confirming the data center suffix, removing any hidden spaces, opening account and billing, going to extras, selecting API keys, creating a new key if needed, and checking Mailchimp's status page for outages. If this tutorial helped you get Mailchimp working again, please like the video and subscribe for more step-by-step software guides just like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.